We are going to spice things up and talk about dark, moody paint colors today. Hi everyone, I'm Ashley from the blog homelikeyoumeanit.com. I'm a virtual paint color consultant and decorator, and my job is to help you design a home you love. So I've done a lot of neutral videos on neutral paint colors. I've had several requests for dark and moody paint colors. So I have compiled some of my favorite in the list today. Now, before we get into the list, I just want to give you a couple quick ideas, some inspiration in terms of how to go bold with color without completely color drenching your space, because I know for some people that's a little bit too much. So the first idea I have for you is to go bold, take some risks in smaller rooms. So these are things like a bathroom, a powder room, a tiny entryway, a mud room, or even a laundry room. Those are spaces where you can really have fun with color, take risks, because these aren't spaces that you're in all day, every day. Those are fun spaces. The second idea that I have for you is actually what you see behind me. This room is, it's not enclosed, and so I didn't want to take a huge color risk in here. I didn't want it to be too dark, too dramatic, but I did want some punch to the walls. So what we did was we did trim all the way around, up to 3/4 lengths of the wall, and then we did the wall color in this fun Benjamin Moore Newberg green. So that's an idea. You can also reverse it. You can put color on the trim and then keep your wall above it a nice neutral color. I also really love the trend of doing your wall trim, your baseboards, and your crown in a really pretty fun pop of color, and then keeping the walls a neutral grayish or off-white or cream. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. And then the last tip that I have for you is to maybe find a piece of furniture on Facebook Marketplace and paint that something really fun and dark, dramatic. Really let that kind of take ownership of the space and really kind of set the tone for the space. So those are just a couple quick ideas for how to have fun with color without completely color drenching the space. And then I know I'm going to get questions, so I do want to address, does a dark color make a room look smaller? Now, if you were going to put this in a small space like a powder room or a laundry room, I would not worry about this at all. The thing that you can do to kind of trick the eye to make it look like you're in a more expansive space is to paint the ceiling the same color. Don't cut the color by a percentage. I know people love doing that. You want your eye to go all the way up. You don't want any break, and that really kind of tricks you into thinking you're in a bigger space. The second thing that you need to think about is how large is the room that you're painting in it. When you start taking a really bold dark color and putting it into a pretty large room, yeah, it's not going to make the room feel like a color that was much lighter, maybe, an off-white, a cream, or even a grayish is going to feel on the wall. So it is going to make it feel a little bit cozier, a little bit warmer. So that is something to think about. I think bold colors are best used in smaller spaces, maybe a bedroom, a powder room, a mudroom, or an entryway. That's really where you can take huge risks with color. It's also great, in a big like living room or an office to use it on cabinetry and then keep your walls neutral. So that's just something to think about. So now let's go ahead and get into my favorite dark and moody paint colors. The first paint color that I have for you is Benjamin Moore Rockport Gray. This is a really strong blue paint color with a healthy gray undertone. It's that perfect moody blue-gray paint color. Now it's got an LRV of 23, so it's dark, but it's not overly dark. You can really pull this color off with a good bit of light, but you don't have to have a ton of natural light. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but rich brown colors are majorly in right now. I love this look. If you have been looking for that perfect rich brown paint color, Sherwin-Williams Stable is a perfect option for you. This is a very dark paint color. It's got an LRV of 8, and it's also a fabulous choice for exteriors. If you like brown paint colors and you want more brown paint colors, I do have a video that I will link down below so you can check that out. Now, if you want a medium depth paint color with a lot of personality, you need to check out Benjamin Moore Puritan Gray. This chameleon of a color comes off as sometimes blue-gray, sometimes blue-green, and it will absolutely change throughout the day as your light fluctuates. Puritan Gray has an LRV of 34. If you are looking for a deep, bold blue and you like your blues with a healthy amount of green, Benjamin Moore Narragansett Green is for you. This color is absolutely stunning, but it is super dark. It's got an LRV of 9, which means if you don't have a lot of natural light, this color is going to look almost black. So do keep that in mind. I love a deeply saturated green, and Benjamin Moore Backwoods is perfect. Now look how they have dipped their toes into the Moody color world by putting the really pretty green on the trim and then keeping it neutral with the wall above. This color is dark. It does have an LRV of 12, so do keep that in mind. You don't want to lose that really pretty rich green by putting this in a room that doesn't get enough natural light. Jewel tones are making a huge comeback, so if that is something you are searching for, you might find that with Sherwin-Williams Expressive Plum. Again, this color is very dark. It's got an LRV of 12, so make sure you've got enough light to let this color really shine. If you are in the mood for some serious drama, you might find that with Sherwin-Williams Raisin. This paint color is dark. It's got an LRV of 3, which is even darker than a lot of popular black paint colors. So you do need a lot of natural light to pull this off. Now, I think that they have used this perfectly in a space. They've used it on cabinetry so it doesn't overwhelm the space because it is such a dark paint color, but it really shines here. Now, it does come off as kind of like a plum or a really dark burgundy. However, it's really best described as a brown with a really healthy violet undertone, just like what you would think Raisin would look like in a paint color. Sherwin-Williams Waterloo has been one of my all-time favorite colors for forever. It's got a really pretty green undertone, but it's not overwhelming. It has an LRV of 13, so it's dark, but it's not too dark. I absolutely love this color. Perfect color to try if you want to start with something dark and dramatic. A lot of people are drawn to blues. I think blues are perfectly timeless colors. Give Waterloo a try. Benjamin Moore Bewitched is the last color that I have for you. It's very similar to Raisin, but it's just a little bit brighter, got a little bit less of a brown undertone, got an LRV of 6, so it's not quite as dark, but it is really dramatic. The bedroom is also another place that you can really have fun and experiment with color. I love how they have used this in this bedroom. Absolutely stunning. That wraps up this list of dark and dramatic paint colors. I hope you found something that you like. I hope this inspires you to get bold with color. If you need assistance, I do offer online paint color consultations, and you can find that in the link below. Thanks for watching.